Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Baker here, and welcome to today's entertainment. As usual, Craig has appeared just in time to help get a good look at the figurine while I tell you about today's subject. As you can see, we are not at our desk at all. It seems Craig's interdimensional prowess doesn't restrict us to this reality. So, here we are, in the captain's quarters of the starship Normandy, from the Mass Effect trilogy, of course, floating around somewhere in the Milky Way galaxy. And we have a Funko Pop from the latest game in the series, Mass Effect Andromeda. In which case I guess we should be on the temp list, but the other galaxies are far, far away, and this one's better anyway. Since some people like doing this in order, let's start with a quick intro of what Mass Effect is. The story so far, yes, this review will contain some spoilers, so to make sure we understand each other, I'm going to reveal one right now. Commander Shepard survives the first game, sort of. Wouldn't be much of a trilogy otherwise, so let's start at the beginning. The big independent game studio, BioWare, had just finished off their successful Star Wars RPG, Knights of the Old Republic, and decided to make an original space action RPG that wasn't bound by the rules of the LucasArts behemoth. Mass Effect had an R rating, some really engaging characters, and some real stakes. So, in 2004 they started work on Mass Effect. It would release in 2007. That's about 3 years, keep that in mind for what comes later. So this entire world was built. It wasn't a huge game, but it was great. BioWare really understood RPG, and they made the leap to include action really well. You'll have noticed I'm talking in the past tense. So unfortunately, just before Mass Effect was released, something happened. EA bought BioWare. Oh no. Luckily, the game was done and went to market without EA's influence, and it was really successful. So EA let them make 2 more. The next one came about 2.5 years later. It's bigger than the first and has less clunky gameplay and a really diverse and diverging storyline. Since the style of the game had been established already, EA couldn't really do much to influence out. They just paid for it. 2 years later, in 2012, there was Mass Effect 3, and the story continues from where the second left off. And now people were really invested in the galaxy by now, so they didn't change the formula that much. Once again, update graphics, gameplay a little bit, and finish the story. That's important. Commander Shepard and possibly the entire galaxy, depending on which one ending you chose, are done at the end of Mass Effect 3. So apart from the ending, which is a bit controversial, and EA influencing the game a little bit more like online play and a lot of DLC, this one sealed the deal as one of the best games in history. That wasn't too bad. I don't think I spoiled anything. If you haven't played this game at least once, pause the video, boot up whatever game platform you like, start downloading the game, and get playing. I'll see you in 100 hours or so. No, not you, Craig. You've played the games. Twice. We still have to talk about Andromeda. Oh well, let me go find him. Found him. He wants to look at the Funko Pop. So let's do that right now, and I'll help you get into Andromeda. We have PeeBee with us. She's part of a race called the Asari. They're basically elves, very wise, long lifespan. Okay. Craig. The Pop, right. The box is pretty standard. She's number 189 from the game set, and there are 6 others. 3 of them are the same person, which shows a bit of the shortcoming of the game compared to the other 3. There just aren't that many good characters. Anyway, let's open it up. Don't throw the box backwards, please. We don't want any litter in this ship. I'll wait. Seems that stand is really stuck in there. Got your camera ready? Bit awkward without the desk, I know, but would you rather be at a desk or in a spaceship? I thought so. Let's have a look. PeeBee, full name Pelicera Basayel, looks like an Asari, and that's why I chose her for this review. She has a very narrow but very detailed body, wearing black pants and a purple shirt, with little belts and clasps everywhere. She has boots on appropriately sized feet, which means the Pop definitely needs a stand that it's included with. Around the back is more of the same. Her right hand is engulfed in some kind of blue energy. She is a biotic, which is Mass Effect's equivalent of mage, and her face is a light shade of blue. She has a strip of black makeup across her eyes that isn't an Asari feature. Many others don't have this stripe. Once again, some eyelashes and well-groomed eyebrows to signify that she is a feminine character. Over the top of her head we see the distinguishing factor of an Asari, darker blue, and of course tentacle hair, which continues to a neat point around the back. On the side there are some pink lines, probably ears of sorts. Unfortunately the dark blue continues around the back and under her chin, which is kinda wrong. As you can see, the rest of her skin is light blue, a bit lazy from Funko there, otherwise it's a really nice pop. Onward! Mass Effect Andromeda, the latest entry in the series, is not considered a sequel to the trilogy, as it begins partway through the first game, where various species decide to mount an expedition to escape the looming threat of the things that I'm not going to ruin. That you'll have to play Mass Effect to see what those things I'm talking about are, and follows a completely different set of characters in a different galaxy and 600 years after the events of Mass Effect 1 through 3. So PeeBee is a young adult in her species, she's 100 and something years old, and she joins your main character, Raru, the Pathfinder, on your ship, the Tempest, on the journey exploring Andromeda. She's pretty good at dealing with remnant technology. Remnant are an ancient civilization, which you'll be familiar with if you know there's something about the other Mass Effect series. PeeBee gives the Tempest a lot of positive energy, and she really likes the zero-G escape pod bay for some reason. Why was Mass Effect Andromeda so mediocre then? Let's not get too deep in this. Different key people moving around, Anthem being prioritized, being forced into the Frostbite 3 engine because it's EA's thing, even though it wasn't ideal for this type of game, including Dragon Age and Anthem. It just seems like the passion for the universe they created wasn't there anymore. They did it by the numbers. And it doesn't feel like the others. I struggled to play through the whole thing. What exactly is the point of sprawling ice, desert and jungle levels and an Overwatch-esque battle mechanic when I came for a space opera and didn't get that? I'll never pre-order the game again, and neither should you. I know this is getting long, but I still want to talk about the species and the characters, especially from the trilogy. Garrus, Tali, Liara, Rex, Legion, Mordin, Joker, Edie, lots of others, because they really make the game. And Andromeda, well, I had to kind of look up the names in order to remember them. Apart from PeeBee over here, so I'm not even going to mention. It looks like Craig is getting tired, so let's have a dive into the species and character another day. If you want to see more Mass Effect, make sure you like, comment and subscribe, all of the things, so I know I should do more of it. And next time we'll be wandering around the African wilderness, so maybe something a little wild, or at least in keeping with the theme. We shall see. Goodbye.